Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Amanda.
Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Amanda.
Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're traveling the country in our van, promoting good people doing good things.
This week we're going north of the river in Chattanooga, Tennessee to work with Northside Neighborhood House. One, two, three.
Welcome to the Northside Neighborhood House!
All right.
Northside Neighborhood House is a nonprofit agency in Chattanooga whose focus is to help our neighbors who live north of the river through education and assistance. We were founded by a group of ladies who were just walking around in their neighborhood and saw a need. They saw some families living along the riverbanks in Depression era. And instead of giving them bedding, they decided to teach them how to quilt. And instead of saying, you know, well, your children need education, go and do this and that, they decided to provide some of those services for them.
We always, from its inception, have sought to empower our neighbors instead of doing things for them, teaching them and helping them to do things for themselves.
One of the things that we're really intentional about doing today is having those relationships with the people we serve so we can know what their needs are, and that's what those ladies did so well. They saw a need and they talked to the people and asked them, well, what can we do to help your situation, and then they responded to that. We do that through 3 programs. We have fabulous education programs for children and adults, our emergency direct assistance that provides for basic needs such as utilities, prescription, food, transportation, bus tickets. And then last but not least, our thrift stores that provide household items, clothing, furniture to people at a low cost so that they can divert their funds to other places to cover some of their needs.
How long have you been coming here?
450, right? So that's the one.
10? 10 years? How old are you?
5.
Through our education program, we provide tutoring assistance to adults who are working to get their GED. And then we have our children's education program. We currently provide after-school tutoring to kids in grades kindergarten through 12th grade who might need help with their homework.
The kids are so much fun, and they're, you know, a lot of the kids, this is really the stability that they have in their lives. They're always so excited to be here. When they come in the door, you get a big hug and a high five and tell me about their day, and they're always smiling and happy, and it's fulfilling, rewarding to see that every day.
I look forward to just seeing the kids and seeing what happened that day at school and kind of what's going on in their lives, because every day there's something new and exciting.
Is that good?
We have a grant through the YMCA. We do a full-size snack with them. It's usually maybe a sandwich and fruit and, you know, yogurt, that kind of thing.
They get to eat a really good meal before we get started on homework. So I know their mind is not worried about what am I going to eat, what am I going to eat.
What is that?
It's a video camera.
Whoa! They're not going to take a picture of me doing like this.
Our main goal in the afternoon is to make sure that homework completion is done. We have a reading program that was gifted to us through the city and the United Way and a few other foundations that went in to purchase some software that's just completely a reading remediation program. So we really focus on reading.
They read, sometimes fight us a little bit on the reading part, but but they know, you know, that's part of their homework every day is to read for at least 20 minutes, so they'll do that.
When I first was introduced to them and we first started working together, their reading levels were very, very, very low. None of them were reading up to their potential. So I really tried to target reading with them every single day, having them read out loud. If you don't understand a word, let's look it up. Let's look it up in the dictionary, figure out, are you comprehending what you're reading? Is that the problem?
They used to do me like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to always have to sit, read the books, even though I really didn't want to. But yeah, you know, it helps them out, and it gives them a great start in life.
We have an amazing group of volunteers from McCauley and GPS, which are 2 local private high schools, and so they come each week to provide almost one-to-one assistance with our kids in the after-school program.
Math, science, reading, social studies.
And same math, I have to do that as like homework too.
They help me with all kinds of homework, like our math, spelling, and the shapes and things.
One of the kids today that I was working with is in 3rd grade, and he was doing a persuasive writing piece, and he was trying to persuade his principal at his school that he should have less time at school and more time here. So that in itself, that made my day.
Felt like home. Yeah. You know, Miss Rachel, she watched me grow up. I know she's proud of what I'm doing. You know, graduating. And it's very good to have people like her to be in my life. You know, help me out throughout my whole life.
I had a student last year he was in 6th grade last year. And when I first started this job in January of 2013, he was one of the first students I started working really closely with, and he was failing everything. By the end of the school year, he brought me his last report card, and he was so excited. He had straight A's in everything. So I was amazed at the difference in his attitude, his behavior, his grades. Everything was just, I couldn't believe it. It took a lot of work and a lot of time in the school with him and his teachers, but it really helped. I think having the role models that he had here with the volunteers that we have and the things that he was able to see and people that believed in him really made a difference and made him realize that he can do this. He is capable of doing this, and he is a good kid. And it totally changed everything.
You can draw different designs. I chose just to do circles around mine, but if you remember from some of the pictures that we looked at, you can do whatever designs you want.
They have art classes once a week where one of our board members does come in, and she always has something fun to do, whether it's like a big project or maybe just something really simple. The kids here at the Northside are all very artistic, very creative, and they have an eye for that kind of thing.
So many of our kids thrive when they can just express that creative side. We have a great collaboration with Chattanooga Ballet Company. So again, that art side that stimulates that right side of the brain, that our kids can just engage in that.
They get to take their shoes off and run around and learn, leaping and skipping and hopping and things like that to different music, and just them being active and kind of working together as a group.
Hello, I'm a crowd.
I like that they doing the GED classes, because it helps the people who haven't graduated high school and help them get their GED and let them know that your life still haven't given up on you.
We have a computer class right now, just kind of a beginning computer literacy class. We have a cooking group that meets on Monday nights to learn about kitchen safety, nutrition, and just also how to make affordable, healthy recipes on a budget.
We also have, and have started this year, a program that's more centered on teens. So how we can work with teens to support them academically, but also to create a safe environment for them that they want to be in so they can thrive and make healthy choices.
It's always busy around here.
If they have a cutoff notice on a utility bill, we will help, but they have to pay something first. That's what's unique about the neighborhood house. They have to pay before we pay. So we try to judge how much they can pay.
We didn't come in and use those, all of your lights and your heating and things like that. So it wouldn't make sense for us to pay all of that bill for you. We're going to ask you to pay a small portion of it, and then we're going to provide a hand up to you by helping to pay that balance.
We do budget counseling at every appointment where we give out financial assistance. So if you came in and needed help with your water bill, then I would say, okay, let's take a look at your income and expenses and just see kind of what's going on here. And a lot of people have just never done that before, and it's a good opportunity to point out areas, and even just having a second pair of eyes on something as well is really helpful. So it's an opportunity to point out areas where someone might be able to save, or to encourage someone to just to make that sacrifice that they don't really want to make, but they need to make in order to stay within their monthly budget.
That's a huge component because that's part of that hand up. We're going to help you with your utility, but we're also going to try to provide you with some resources and the knowledge to be able to better manage your household budget going forward.
We also do an emergency 3-day food supply, assistance with prescription medications, bus tickets for folks who are looking to find a job. And then we have 2 big events in August, a school supply store. So parents can come and along with their kids pick out the different school supplies that their child might need. I really like that we allow the parent to pick out the items themselves, because they might know, hey, my kid really needs blue folders in her class, or I have a daughter but she hates pink, she loves green, so we're going to get her green stuff. And the parent can kind of put together the kid's backpack there. And then we also have a similar model for our Santa's workshop.
The parents come and pick out the toys for their children. So that's not necessarily maybe as much of a need, but when you're struggling and you've fallen on hard times and you've always provided for your kids, and that's a time of year that we associate just the giving, it just really uplifts people's spirits to be able to shop for their children and pick out toys.
We also provide a lot of referrals to other agencies in the community. So we do a lot here, but we can't do everything. So for example, if somebody has a lot of credit card debt, then we'll refer them to the Consumer Credit Counseling Services. We'll encourage people to get their to work on getting their GED if it seems like they're interested in that. So refer them to a GED program, whether that be ours or at the community college. Just coming alongside someone to support them, but still requiring participation and effort and investment on that person's part, so that we're doing things alongside each other and not doing something for someone.
Have a good day.
Last but not least are our thrift stores. So right now we operate 2 thrift stores. They generate over $500,000 a year in revenue, which is pretty impressive. And we receive all sorts of donations, from a used sweater to roofing tiles to furniture. Pretty much you name it, we will sell it or make good use of it. And I believe we employ around 17 employees at both of our thrift stores. So our thrift stores provide great quality goods to people in our community, along with employment.
We're laid back over here, we're relaxed, we don't stress over a lot of stuff. We really worry about customer relations, and we try to take care of the customers, keep them happy. The money that we raise in the thrift shop comes from donations, and you're only going to be as good as your donors. And we have wonderful donors putting their goods into our work here.
The thrift store not only serves the needs of the people, gives them very inexpensive merchandise to buy, some of it quite good, but it also is a major revenue source for us.
All our proceeds goes back into the agency.
It goes to help people in this end of town with food. We have GED classes we offer. We have aftercare program for children.
It helps out a lot of people out of work. A lot of people don't have the money they used to have. And I'm glad we're here to show them a helping hand.
When you're donating to our thrift stores, you're not just getting rid of stuff in your house that you don't use anymore, but you are allowing a child to come and get homework help after school, and you're allowing someone to come and get almost one-on-one tutoring assistance for their GED program. So there's really a strong connection there.
Hi! Doing good. We're gonna get you guys in action.
We started a new program called the Next Step program.
The Next Step program, you know, they employ people that been with the Northside Neighborhood House as children, and you know, they don't want to see them, you know, unemployed.
After a certain age, you kind of start losing them. And so they try to really reach out to kids in high school and work with them in a program that help prepare them for life after high school, looking at college, getting a job, basic job skills, people skills.
They come in and we train them on how to report to work on time, how to be responsible for your own actions. We teach them how to run the cash register, how to deal with the public, you know, one-on-one, taking in donations. And we hold them accountable. They need to be on time and they need to have the right attitude. And anytime we see something that's amiss, we try to help them with that, encourage different behavior. We don't come down on them or anything, but we try to help them like a mom would help them. We try to mentor them.
I started here, it was March, like 4 months before I graduated. And this is my first job ever. I'm loving it.
I've got a young man that comes in and I had to talk to him yesterday and he's looking down like that. I said, hold your head up and look at me. I said, you're just as good as I am. You look me in the eye. You don't hold your head down.
Yeah.
He had that problem when he first came with being on the cash register. I said, nobody comes in that front door that's better than you.
What do you look forward to the most when you come into work?
My customers, you know, they treat me with respect. I treat them with respect. And, you know, that's the best part of my day, the best part of the job, you know. Respecting the customers, seeing new customers, you know, inviting them into the thrift store, and you know that's good.
Our volunteers are kind of what makes this place work. Especially my part of it, the education program. We really rely on the volunteers, and I've been fortunate to have some really wonderful ones.
We rely a lot on our volunteers and the passion that they have coming and working with the children. I know, you know, they could be having a hard day and they have a job and a career outside of volunteering, and for them to take the time out and come here and help the children and just have such patience and excitement with them, that's a lot.
This is a priority to me because I believe in the neighborhood house. And I started here through my church, and I just believe in what we do, and I love the people that work here and the people that come here. It's become sort of a mission for me.
When our volunteers get involved in the neighborhood house, they're helping to make those wrong things right, and extending a hand of grace to people who may not have had that before.
It's just so important that you value your neighbors. I think that we live in a day and an age where there are so many things that can occupy our time. And where we're so distracted. And so I think that we've really stepped away from valuing each other and what we can contribute to each other. So I think that it's important to get involved in your community so you can show other people that they're worth your time and your investment of time and energy.
Us doing our jobs well is not only important to the clients we serve, but it's important to this community. I mean, you know, we are stewards of resources that can really have an impact in our community. And so it's not just to the people that we provide direct assistance to, the kids that we help, the adults that we help. It's our community.
I look forward for coming to work. A lot of people don't, sometimes they hate to come in, but I look forward to just getting up in the morning and coming to work, and because it means something to the people. You know, if we wouldn't be here, the people couldn't get the help.
People come back and tell us, you know, I came here years ago and now I'm okay, and now I bring things to the thrift shop, or maybe they give a small donation. And to see people move on, we've seen a lot of people come through here who've gone on, gotten a better job or a job, and had a better life.
There's still a lot of people in this community that don't know who we are, what we do. And I think we can do a better, because I'm personally convinced that once people know who we are, see what we do, they won't be able to resist supporting us.
You can look at brochures, you can look on the internet, and that's all great and fine, but seeing it with your own eyes and experiencing the warmth and everything that goes on here, I think is just really inspiring.
Just about everything we do around here at Northside is successful. And I'm glad I'm a part of it. And just glad to be here.
Reaching for a way out. Reaching for a hand.
What's your favorite thing to do here?
Play outside.
What kinds of things do you do outside?
Go on the monkey bars and swing.
Looking for someone.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? About some of your friends? Are you being camera shy? Did you have yogurt? You didn't have yogurt?
They do not like yogurt.
I gotta keep walking, looking for a way home, and reaching for a hand.